Welcome. Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to day one of the Prospecting Blitz Challenge. Excited. All right. Let's have some fun. Kendra, what's up? What's happening? All right. Ida, thanks for swinging by. Really appreciate it. Day one of the Prospecting Blitz Challenge is up and running. So very cool. Got some cool stuff. We're going to have a winner tonight. We're going to talk about some follow-up stuff. We're going to talk about follow-up and closing a little bit, which is going to be fun. We're going to do that. Get that rocking and rolling. Excited. I'm going to give just a few more seconds. I know a lot of people want to jump on here, so we'll see what we've got going on. Building the muscle. All right, it is 8:16. Busy sending messages as I listen. There you go. Kyle, thanks for swinging by. Superstar, rock and roller. Dr. Gardner, yes, right on. So I'm excited. Got a lot of players willing to stretch. So very cool. Very excited. Got a lot of people playing here. Hope I got everybody. Let's see if I got Keith over there. I do not have Keith on that list. Diane, thanks for swinging by. Not ignoring you guys. I'm adding people to the contest list over there. I realized I missed a couple of people. I think. We'll see. All right. Diane, Das, thanks for jumping on. Miss Woods, thanks for swinging by. Cool. So let's go. Let's go. So first, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Forrest Knight. I'm a social media marketing strategist and coach on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators. So welcome to day one of the 2 minutes to spare. There you go. Good job getting everybody on the challenge here. I think I've got everybody. Let's see. I think I missed Allison and Joe. Looks like they're over there. I'll add them on the list. I'm waiting. Where'd it go? Where ALISON Gardner. I'm going to show you guys the contest list before I spin the wheel tonight to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Get Joe on there. So I want to give everybody a chance to be on the wheel because tonight is the only night that you can get added to the wheel. So if you're not on the wheel tonight, you can't win for the rest of the week. However, to win for the rest of the week, you've got to be able to post your numbers every day. So I'm going to have fun there. I think I've got Kyle's on there. Yep. Let's see. I've got Laura Menifee on there. I think I've got Gay. She's on there. Yep. Dr. Gardner's on there. Yep. Can't put myself on there. So we're good. So absolutely fun. So we're going to have a little bit of interaction. Hey, Megan, did I get you added? Did you post your numbers into the deal? Are you playing? If you're playing, thanks, appreciate it. Hadas, appreciate that. Megan, I'm not sure if I saw your numbers. Esther, I got your numbers up. I got you put in the Winsbilly thing. Megan, I'm not sure. Megan, if you get a chance while we're doing this live, make sure you post your numbers. At least post what you're going to do for a daily goal. If you didn't get any chance to reach out to people. So just a quick update, because we had quite a few people that were jumping in late, like literally like 15 minutes ago, were like, hey, I want to play. So I'm going to give a little bit of leeway for those of you that said you wanted to play, participate. Make sure that you go to the post that's right below this live and put in what your daily goal number is, right? Put in your daily goal number in the post. It'll explain it. I'm going to run through that again. So what you're gonna do in the post every single day, you'll notice there's 4 sections. One is what is your daily goal. So for example, I did 53, and then of course we're pushing everybody and we'll stretch. We're going to talk about that, but your daily goal, you're going to put your daily goal, what you set. So I set 53, and then you're going to post actually right next to it what you did. So the first number 1 would be 53, and I did 58. So 53 and 58. How many people responded? That's whatever. And responses aren't positive. It's just how they responded. Yes, no, maybe, not sure would be a response, right? How many people responded? You don't need to say yes or no, just how many people responded, and that would be that number. The next line down was what you guys remind me here. The next line down is, did you send a tool, right? Did you? Yes, and that's a yes or no. Tool sent. You can put tool sent in there if you want to, or tool yes or no. Absolutely. So that's pretty funny. Speaking of which, I just got somebody who responded to one of my reach outs here, popped up and said yes. So if we continue work after 8:15 to read those numbers. Yeah, use anything after 8:15 today. It's going to go. So basically, it's going to run. Your numbers are going to start going. So it'll be up to 8:15 every day for the rest of the contest. So whatever numbers you do after 8:15 will apply to the next day. So that's just the easiest way I could think it out, because everybody's in a little bit different time zone. So I figured 8:15 was a good deal, and it doesn't matter what time I go live after that. So post your numbers by 8:15 Central Standard Time. So that would be anything from like 8:16 now all the way until 8:14 tomorrow Central Standard Time. You can post those numbers to be eligible to win. I've got some really cool giveaways that I'm going to be giving away each night, and then of course the bonus on Saturday is going to be off the chain, off the chain, off the chain. So yeah, your daily goal, the way your daily goal works. Megan, hopefully you got a chance to post, because I'd like to get you on the spinning wheel thingy. I don't even know what they call this thing. Wheel of Names. It's a cool little app on Facebook. So if you haven't posted your goal, go and post what your daily goal is. So the way this works, just to give a recap on the prospecting blitz, and the whole point of this is to stretch and do a mind shift. So you're gonna up. So your Sunday goal would say be 20, right? And then that's your number for the rest of the week. You can't say, well, on Tuesday, I'm going to change it to 15. Your goal is 20 for the rest of the week. And you're going to push yourself by adding 20% to Tuesday. So 20% of that would put you at 24, right? Am I right? Yeah, that's 2, that's 4. So you'd be at 24 for Tuesday. And then you're going to do 20% of that 24 for Wednesday. And then you're going to do 24% of Wednesdays for Thursdays. And you're going to do 24. For example, for those of us that are going really big, I did 53. So my goal tomorrow, I've got to add 10 plus 1.5 or whatever. I've got to add 10 plus 1.5. So it's like 11.5. So I've got to put in 63, 65. Basically, I've got to prospect 65 people tomorrow. And then I've got to add 20% to that number, which is going to be 12. I'm going to add 12 to that number. So it's going to bump up to somewhere in 72. So as you go through the numbers, they're going to bump and increase through the week. And the whole goal and the whole purpose of this is it isn't a right or wrong. It's to push your limits so that you can understand. You'll have a really good feeling of what you can really do. Because a lot of people will set goals. They'll throw out a goal, and they have no idea whether or not they can achieve that goal. So one of the ways you can know you can achieve a goal is day one, you're going to do 20. And you're going to sit down and you're going to track how long it took you to do those 20 reach outs. Now, yesterday I said to set aside 45 minutes. You can do longer if you want to. That's just a recommendation from me. If you're brand new, you've never done this before, set aside 45 minutes and see what you can do. So you may have set a goal of 20, but start out, set aside, go out and start sending out the messages. Oh, by the way, for those of you that didn't get the prospecting script, it's Google deal and you have to send it anyway. I apologize. I'm gonna have to figure out a better way next time so people can just download it and don't have to send messages back and forth. So if you didn't get that, I'm going to be at 2:40 by Saturday, right on Kyle. So whatever your number is, you're going to do 20 more the next day, but you can't go down. So it's okay. Say for example, you said 20 today was your goal that you're going to do. And then tomorrow, of course, you'd have to do 24, but you only reached 18. So when you post your numbers tomorrow, it would be goal was 24, right? Slash 18, because you only reached out to 18 people, which is fine. I shouldn't say only. You reached 18 people is freaking phenomenal. And one thing I really want to say to you and say to everyone watching is don't, what's the word? How does Ray put it? Pat yourself on the back for doing something. Don't downplay yourself. Don't downplay your activity. Don't say, oh man, I only did this, or oh man, already, because that's just not, that's self-sabotage. You're self-sabotaging yourself. Congratulate yourself. Say, man, I crushed it. I did 18 today. Man, I knocked it out. Now, it may have not been the goal that you wanted to get to, but here's what happened. You know, based on what your daily activity was, you know that, man, I knocked out 18 people in 25 minutes. And then, of course, maybe you're a doctor and you had to go put in somebody's heart or whatever, right? You had an emergency, dog ate your homework, or whatever that might be, but you now have a trackable result, right? Track and measure, track and measure, track and measure. If you don't track and measure what you do, you're never going to have a clue on where you're going to go, right? You have to track and measure, track and measure. Runners track and measure. When I was running the Navy, trying to qualify, or in the process of qualifying for the all-Navy running team, one of the things that I did was I had an Ironman triathlon watch, and I was ready to go. So that I'd hit second, bam, and I was running, right? And I would track myself to see how far I could run, and I would have a beep, and I would have it set. And my whole goal was to get to a 4-minute mile. And I knew if I got to a 4-minute mile, I was freaking absolutely rocking. I'd run about a 4:10 mile in given a range. If I was running a farther distance, of course, that would track down about a 6-minute mile. If I was running like a 6K or something, I could track a 6-minute mile. I was literally built by God for speed, aerodynamic. I was nothing but a big rubber band of muscle and legs, and I never knew I would run, but it was a lot of fun. But the only way I knew how I was going to beat my record and improve was to track what I did. So I would run and I'd 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 run, and I tracked it and I'd keep a tally on it. Now I can't run anywhere because my knees are just totally trashed. I might be able to run from here to the bathroom if it was an emergency, but that's it. So yeah, don't beat yourself up. That's a really good one, Miss Woods. Don't beat yourself up. Don't downplay. Don't talk bad about yourself. Don't say, yeah, that's not humbling at all. It's just don't talk bad about it. Just pat yourself on the back, congratulate yourself for the win, and remember, log everything. So we're posting them here. We'll get you out a log sheet, whatever, a piece of paper, something, a notepad, so you can sit down and say, okay, Sunday I reached out to this many people. It took me this much time. That way you know. And the more you do this, the better you're going to get, and the more that time is going to collapse. Next thing you know, it's like, man, you'll look down and it's like, wow, I just prospected. Somebody had put in the post earlier, I think they said they were reaching out to 20 people, and they actually reached out to 38 or something. I don't remember. I don't know who that was. 2020. I didn't realize I went over 20. That's cool. Kendra jumped up. That's awesome. Good job, Kendra. So the way to play. So your numbers. So those of us that are playing big today, I actually dropped in. One of the reasons I do 5 over is our CEO of our company came out and said when he was in a challenge that he would always do more. And he was like the junior bodybuilding champion. And his coach would tell him he wanted to do, 15 push-ups, and he would do 20. Or his coach would say do 100 sit-ups, and he would do 110. He'd always do more than what he was supposed to because he always wanted to push himself a little bit extra. And I adopted that. I thought it was really cool to be able to do that. So the more you do, the more you do. My wife's jumping in there. Absolutely. So definitely way to go. So talking about follow-up, we're going to jump into this. So just to reiterate, numbers need to be posted on the post below, the one that we're posting everything on. And if you want to put on there just so I can keep track. So Sunday's numbers are up today. So Monday, just put Monday at the top. So it'll say Monday, so I know. So it'll be Monday, and then put your numbers, the 1, 2, 3, and 4, how many people your goal was, how many you reached out to, how many people responded. See, I'm getting all out of whack. I have to read it down myself. How many people responded, how many people you sent tools to, and if you got any new customers or not. And that's simply yes or no with a number by it. So if it's a yes, got 2 new customers, yes 4, yes 1, whatever it is your number is. And the reason is don't downplay if you don't get any customers. If you get customers right out the gate, most of you guys have been prospecting for a while, so those customers may come from last week or last month or whatever. But for the new person that's playing today, if you don't get any customers for prospecting, that's absolutely okay. It's not instant, because remember, people need to do their homework. If you get somebody that sees your 15-minute presentation and signs up with you, there's something else going on. They're either been looking at your company for a while and you just don't know it, or they're going to sign up and quit tomorrow. Realistic expectation, set realistic expectation if they don't, but don't stress on people. Just keep reaching out, 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 keep reaching out. Somebody says yes, send them a tool, set a follow-up, which you're going to talk about tonight. If somebody doesn't respond to you at all, don't worry about it, just move on to the next person. If somebody does something negative and just gets all ugly with you, poke them and block them and take them off your friends list or whatever. Maybe they're, because we're talking about cold prospecting. For those of you that warm prospect, I'm not a warm prospector person. Everything I do is cold prospect marketing and things like that. So we'll talk about that through the week, because I know I actually said I was going to talk about follow-up on Monday. I'm actually going to talk about follow-up and closing today, because I think they sort of go hand in hand. So we're off and running. We'll have the contest. We'll do the contest here at the end of the live. So let's jump into closing and follow up. And if you guys have any questions about this contest, again, it's not that serious, you guys. The whole point of this is to get you to stretch. It's your business. It's your life. It's your daily method of operation. You need to figure out how to stretch yourself. When I did the 80 last week, I mean, I was scrambling to find time. I was like, oh man, I got to squeeze in some time here, because I wanted to stretch myself to see exactly how much time it would take amongst all the other stuff that I'm doing to be able to do that. You know, in terms of coaching clients, I've got coaching clients, I've got follow-up, just signed up for the 14-day marketing challenge number. I think it's going to be on my fifth one, just enrolled for that. Just got a lot of stuff going on. Got some events coming up at the end of the year, got a team, got customers. So I just got a lot of stuff going on myself, but I've got to be able to still fit my prospecting in. Got to keep the basics right, which is prospecting, reaching out, follow up. So here we go. Hey, Keith, thanks for swinging by. Really appreciate it. So let's jump on this follow up and closing. So in the follow-up process, here's what you do. And I'm going to go through this. I'm not going to deep dive into follow-up because some people want to talk about closing. So you send out the message, somebody replies back and says yes. And I'm gonna jump on another type of follow-up here. Somebody says yes, they want to see the information. You ask them when they're going to have time to watch it. You put them on the calendar. You send out the message. You send out the link. And let's say they ghost you and they don't go anywhere, right? So your next deal, your follow-up from there is to set on them for 4 days. So what I like to do is, if they said they were going to watch it, now my system, the information that we send, we can tell if somebody watches the video or not. It actually sends us a notification whether they watched it, whether they completed it, and if they decide to go down a certain path, it'll send us another message saying, yeah, they want to be a customer, no, they don't. So that system's built into that, which is cool. However, the cool thing about it is once I send out that prospecting link, right? They agree, they raise their hand, say, yeah, I want to watch it. I'm gonna send out that link. They say they're gonna follow up. I set a follow-up time, and my system doesn't, right? And one of the cool things about one of our teammates, Donna, she came up with a really cool way to follow up with that is, hey, Megan, one of the things, Megan's agreed to watch the presentation. Great, Megan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and send you this video link. You said you're going to be able to watch it here in about an hour. Absolutely okay. The system's going to tell on you a little bit. It's going to snitch on you a little bit and let me know when you watched it. So I'll go ahead and follow up about 30 minutes after that. Cool. So what I just did was I just set an expectation with Megan, that Megan said she's going to watch my presentation at whatever time, and I told her that my system's going to snitch on her. Now, you may not have a tool like that, but it doesn't mean you can't say that, right? Doesn't mean that you can't say that as a push, because that does two things to Megan. Megan's like, dang, I just lied to get this person off the phone or out of Messenger. And she may reply back and say, you know what? I really don't have time, or I'm really not interested, or I don't really have time to watch it now. So then you'll have a direction to go into, because you just told her that the presentation you sent her is going to snitch on her and tell me that she watched it, right? You can use that. Even if your system doesn't say that, the person on the other end doesn't know that. right? So use that as a push to get them to put them on the money. Put them on the money, because sometimes people are just getting you off the phone. If you understand what that means, some people are just setting an appointment to get you off the phone. You know, it's like, oh yeah, yeah, I'll be there at 8:15. Yeah, sure, great, boom. And you hang up, and then they never show, and then you call and follow up and call and follow up and call and follow up and call and follow up, and they just ghost you. And then 6 months from now, they say, oh, by the way, I bought one from somebody else, so yeah, you can just take it off your do not call list. Why didn't you tell me that like 400 phone calls ago, right? So sometimes people will say stuff to you just to get you off the phone, get you out of Messenger. They're afraid they're going to hurt your feelings. If you are warm prospecting and there's somebody that's close, let them know, hey friend, it's absolutely okay if after you watch the presentation, if it's not a fit for you, just let me know. You won't hurt my feelings if you say no. If it's not a fit, it's cool. We'll still be besties. We'll still be cool, right? Just let them know. Sometimes people are really weird about, snitches. Yeah, our snitches get stitches, right? So not in this world. Yeah, our stitches get nothing. So let them know that your system follows up on them. So where was I at? So you send them a video, they ghost you, right? You follow up right behind that and say, ask this question. And they said they were going to watch it at 8:15, at 8:30. Give them a little bit of leeway time, about 15 minutes. You send them a message, says, hey Megan, curious, what did you like most about what you saw? Or one of my things that I really like to push it, especially if they're ghosting me a little bit, and you can use this either way you want, is what did you like most about what you saw? Hey, Megan, curious, where do you see yourself getting started, as a customer or as a teammate? And throw that out there. Just throw it out there and see what happens. I love to see what happens. I love to push people. I love to mess with them a little bit. I love to see where they're going and see what they're going to play back. So remember, my system tells me whether or not they watched it. And she's going to go, dang, I didn't even watch it. Wow. But see, since I told her that the system snitches on her, right? The system snitches on her. My message back to her is like, hey, Megan, I know you said you're going to watch the presentation at 8:15. I know you probably got busy. My system tells me you didn't get a chance to watch that presentation yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle back around in about 10 days, because I have a whole bunch of other people to follow up with, and just see if you get a chance to watch it. That's posturing yourself, right? Hey, you know, I told you my system said that it tells me it looks like you didn't get a chance to watch it. That's absolutely okay. You're probably really busy like me. I get it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cycle back around in about 10 days. And in the meantime, if you watch it, my system's going to let me know. So cool, I'll check back with you in about 10 days. That way you're posturing yourself, setting yourself up to move on and go follow up with somebody else. And seriously, put them in the 10-day follow-up unless you do have a system that tells you they watched the video, or unless they reach out to you. And you could also throw that line in there, hey, unless I hear from you first, right? Unless I hear from you first. Then on the 10-day side, you can follow up from them. So let's go ahead and so let's move on from there. So you follow up, they ghost you, nothing happens. You go to the 4-day follow-up. The 4-day follow-up goes like this. Megan, Megan, you're my test dummy tonight, or test smarty, however you want to call it. Megan, apologies for not following up with you. I've been crazy busy. Now, this isn't somebody that ghosted you that you said you're going to follow up with them in 10 days. This is just somebody that you just can't get in touch with. So there's two options here. You can go either way. If they said they watched it, but they didn't watch it, I like to move them to the 10-day, right? If they said, hey, I'm going to watch it, but I know they didn't watch it, I move them to the 10-day and sort of put them on a cycle. If they watched it, and I know they watched it, right, but they haven't replied back, or they didn't answer the phone, or they didn't pick up, or whatever, my goal from there is to move them to a 4-day. So you've got the 10-day for people that said they would watch it but didn't. That's why I put them to a 10-day. And because I told them, hey, it looks like you're really super busy, I've got to follow up with some other people, I'll follow up with you in about 10 days. Right, I'm put them in a 10-day follow-up category, and those are sort of my special case people. The 4-day follow-ups are going to be somebody that maybe watched the video. I know they watched the video. They watched the presentation. I sent them a message, but maybe they had life going on. You know, dog, cat, kids, wife, husband, whatever. They just didn't get a chance to pick up the phone and reply back, or maybe they forgot they had to go grocery shopping. Who knows what? They had real life going on behind them. Again, we're interrupting them, right? We're interrupting them. We're asking them if they're open to taking a look at what we're doing. We're not asking them to join our business or to buy our stuff or become business partners. We're simply asking them if they're open to taking a look at our product, service, or opportunity. We're asking them, right? So don't get that confused with what I just said on the 10-day part, where I asked them, hey, where do you see yourself getting started as a customer? And I'm doing that on purpose. I'm pushing them a little bit because I want to see how they reply, if they reply at all, right? So I put, that's a special case bucket over here. So coming back to the 4-day, is going to be, the 4-day follow-up is going to go like this. Hey, apologies, I've been super busy getting new customers started, or I've been super busy getting new teammates started, or whatever you want to say in that business side. I wouldn't say both the other, new teammates and customers. They have been super busy with my business, getting new customers up and started. How have you been, or how are you, whichever way you want to, whatever you're comfortable saying, and just throw that in their inbox and just wait, whether you send them a text message or whatever. So just leave that hanging out there in the wind. So that's your 4-day follow-up, and then of course you go into a 15, a 30. I do a 45, a 60, and a 90. So here's a real cool thing. So what I want to do, for those of you that have a system, you're not really sure about following up, you're not really sure how it works, I've got some really cool stuff for you if you want it. Where is my book at? So tonight's winner, and for those of you that already have this book, feel free to give it to somebody else, or if you want to donate it to somebody else, if you win, let me know. We'll get their contact details, and I'll get it to them. The book for the contest winner tonight is called Freakishly Effective Social Media for Network Marketers. And the cool thing about this book, it talks a lot about what we just talked about tonight, about follow-up, everything you could possibly know. Absolutely cool book. You'll see I've got my little, I use bulldog clips as my markers in my pages, and I come back in and I highlight stuff, and I come in and read stuff. So very neat book. I can actually Amazon it to you. I think it's on Google Reader. So if you want the hard copy, we'll send you the hard copy. If you want it like on a Google Reader type kind of deal, we can send you that and get you set up and order that through Amazon. So the winner tonight's going to win this book. Tomorrow's going to be absolutely cool. Matter of fact, I'll give you a little teaser. It's called Social Media Scripts Book, because everybody's asking about scripts. Social Media Scripts Book is going to be the winner for tomorrow. It's going to be the contest winner for tomorrow. And my whole goal with this is to be able to equip you with tools to grow your business, to be able to make an impact, and to, of course, have no more empty refrigerators. Again, if you're already in Rank Makers, you already have these books, absolutely okay, not a big deal. Just let me know, and maybe we can pick out a team member, somebody that doesn't have it, and we can get it in their, pockets or in their library or wherever they need to get it on a Kindle reader. So what I'm going to do, yeah, babe, if you want my book, sweetheart, you just come around the corner. You can get it. It's right here in the library. I don't hear it coming. So I'm gonna share the screen, and I want you guys to take a look at this list and make sure that you guys are on here. I think I've got everybody on this list that's supposed to be. Let's see. If somebody sees somebody that's not on here, again, to get on this wheel, to get on the spinning wheel of contest, one is you need to post in tonight what your numbers are. So how many people you plan on prospecting today? You need to post in here on the prospecting deal today, and what your numbers are for results. If you don't, you're not going to be on the spinning wheel for the rest of the week. Sorry, you can still play for the rest of the week, but you're not going to be able to win any prizes. So, hey, Doc Carter, thanks for swinging by. So I'm going to share my screen. I want you guys to take a look at this list, and then we'll do the spinning wheel thing, and you guys can comment if you see somebody that's actually in the thread that I missed. I think I've got everybody on here. Did I get Ida on there? Oh, see, there's Ida. I need to get Ida added. Ida Bailey. And if you see anybody on the list twice, let me know, because you only need to be on there once. I spelled her name right. Doesn't really matter because I know who she is. So let me do a quick screen share here for the contest. So I appreciate you guys coming out tonight. Push yourself, drive yourself, figure out what you're going to do. Again, for the new people, pick out a 45-minute time block. And I say 45 minutes just because I know in my experience that's a good time block for you. Figure out if you need to lock the kids in the closet, husband in the attic, or whatever, so you can find that time to build your business. Sit down, get your scripts, pick out your target audience, and go after them. Bam, 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 and go after them like crazy, 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 crazy. So run into them. Go after them. Again, tomorrow I'm going to do a little bit deeper dive into closing and follow-up, and closing and follow-up. We'll talk about that some more tomorrow. If you have any questions in the meantime about closing, just shoot me a private message and we can chat about it a little bit. I have no problem doing that. So I'm going to share the screen here. And click on this one. And I'm going to share this. Hopefully technology works good. And I think I have to, there it is. So I don't know if you guys can see this list over here or not. Let me see how well that's popping up. Let's see what stuff. I come in and read stuff. I'm going to see what it looks like. My iPad's just a little bit on delay. So if you can see the screen over here on the right, see if you see your name on this list. I've got Diane Carlton, Jennifer Davis, Hadass, Kendra, Danny. Oh, Kendra's on there twice. So we'll take Kendra off. Got Dr. Gardner, I've got Kyle, I've got Heath, I've got Gay, I've got, is it Beta? Latoya, Miss Woods, Donna, Esther, Laura, Melanie, Keith, Allison, Joe, Ida. So is everybody on the list? Is anybody missing from the list that's in the post that posted their numbers? Megan, are you on the list? Are you playing? All right. I know there's a little bit of a delay. So let me see. Let me go back here to my page. Let me close that. Scroll down here. I definitely don't want to miss anybody that's supposed to be on there. Let's see. All right, so I got Ida, Diane, Keith, Allison, Joe, Melanie, Laura. Laura, are you on there? Yes. Kendra's on there. Gay's on there. I know I saw her. Yep. Doss is on there. Dr. Gardner's on there. Let's see. Danny is on there. Kyle, I'm pretty sure Kyle's on there. Oh, Kyle's on there. Esther's on there. Yep. All right. So we're gonna do the spin here. Let me do the full screen deal. And I'm gonna hit the spin and we're gonna see who's, I don't see my name on there. I got you, babe, you're good. So you ready? And we'll hit the spin thingy. We'll see who's gonna win this freakishly effective social media for network marketers. Bam! Heath Rutherford. Woo! Let's give Heath some shout outs, you guys. Absolutely awesome. Heath, congratulations, brother. Glad you won the freakishly effective social media for network marketing. What I'll need you to do, Heath, if you're catching us on the live, if you guys know him, I'll send him a message too. Just have him send me a private message. I'll get his contact details for him, and I'll send him a private message as well, let him know that he won the first day. So for day 2 of the contest, go out and do your prospecting in the post right below here, and do me a favor, put Monday above it. So put Monday and then put your numbers, and Monday will go from basically 8:15 today till 8:14 tomorrow Central Standard Time to post up your numbers to get to participate in the contest. If you guys didn't get posted up today, you can still play in the social media in the prospecting blitz. However, you're not going to be eligible for any of the contests going forward. So definitely, to be able to win tomorrow's contest, you have to post tomorrow's numbers, and you would have had to be able to, you had to participate today. So absolutely okay. Don't miss anything going forward. We're gonna do a deep dive into closing and how to move somebody through a prospect, whether we're moving them down the customer funnel or moving them down the teammate funnel. We'll talk about a little bit of that. If you guys have any questions at all, feel free to either post them here, and don't post them in the results thread. Actually, post them here if you have any questions about closing and prospecting. We'll get those up and we'll talk about that tomorrow. Again, Esther, thanks for swinging by. Dr. Gardner, thanks for swinging by. Truly appreciate you guys. Go out and crush it. The end of the week's gonna be fun because the whole goal here is when we get down to this, we'll see how people are progressing forward. If you're running into a challenge, don't be scared. One of my friends that was in the insurance business, he used to say no zeros at the end of the day. So even if at the very end of the day you haven't got anything done, just send out one message. Just one message. One thing that I did when I was selling advertising at AT&T, I would get down and I'd be like at 118 phone calls. I was like, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna send out one more, and I hit the dialer and I call in and I go through our little call flow script and go through it. And the person like, you know what? I was just thinking about doing some advertising today. We're expanding and we're opening up 17 new locations, and I've got to hire this many people and da da da. So I know the guy down here, and I'm thinking about probably moving up from my little quarter page ad up to a half page ad, something like that. I was wondering how much that might cost and blah 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 blah. Next thing you know, I just made freaking $1,200 because I made that one final phone call. So absolutely awesome. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Jesus loves you. I love you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. No more empty refrigerators. Go out and make an extreme impact. Peace out. Tomorrow we're going to talk about closing. Bye, y'all. And broadcast. There we go.